Okay, it's kind of weird. It's been a while since I've done this format, but I'm kind of excited because it means that I have been able to do stuff. Now, I have been able to do some more of the taking of the pictures of all of my stuff. I've done hats, gloves, and I'm missing shoes, but that's mainly because they are not all in this room and it's kind of the work to bring them all in. But yeah, big things. I'm missing shoes. Then I get into all of the tinier things like socks or I don't know, maybe also accessories and things like that that are a little bit tinier but not as important, let's be honest. But it's been interesting. I've been, gathering all of it in the folders and I'm not complaining. I think it's interesting. I just like the fact that the pictures are there and I'm doing it. Then we have the project with I might have chosen some things. I did the cleanup of the area of all of the fabrics and things like that. And I was like, okay, no, let's be honest, let's be real. And I was able to take out a couple of things that I'm not going to be working at the moment. The idea is a bit too blurry for me to have anything. And so I chose five main things that are going to be there. Other things that are in there are fabrics. So we have black, white, and a bag with mixed color fabrics that they can stay there. Also white, they can stay in there because it's okay. They don't. They might be useful, if I need an extra piece of fabric or if I happen to need something for something else. But as projects, I just have those five projects. Now, some of them actually are sort of couple costume ish, kind of, but that's kind of second place. I first going to think about me, myself, and I, and then I might add up. But we have these five projects. They're all different styles, they're all different vibes, I think, but at the same time, I do think they're very me. And some of them have already had some changes throughout the time because of things that I've already tried on before that I realized, oh, actually, this is what I thought it would work, it didn't. And so I'm already shifting. But overall, I'm quite excited. I think they're interesting enough that I'm kind of happy. I made some sketches just so I can have it in my mind, and I'm gonna be working on the folder to put all of the ideas that are correlated to. So yeah, we are going. Let's go, October. Half of the month update in this format. Oh, okay, things are happening. I'm actually quite happy that I was able to hang this shelf and this shelf right here because it wasn't my to-do list for so long, but I wasn't able to do it. So now it's done and I'm happy. Of course, I need to organize a couple of things in the room in general because I still have to do some cleaning here and there. However, it hasn't been easy also because the weather has been terrible. And so cleaning when there's a lot of humidity is not great. This room is already quite humid, so doing that, not the best thing. So it's on hold, similar with the clothes, because the weather has been so bad, the light is not great. And so taking pictures of the things that I need to take pictures of, it's kind of a 50-50. Yes, I could still do it, but it would bother me. And so it's on hold. In the meantime, I've been working on projects and I'm actually quite happy with some of these decisions. They are already, all five of them are packed and very of easy grabbing. So if I'm feeling like I want to work on something, I can just take it out, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I have been developing ideas, creating the folder with all of the images that give me something, and I'm trying to do a lot of sketches. I'm trying to focus on the things that I want to work on, like the things that I really want these costumes to have. But of course, as with anything, it's always depending also on the time the actual working on them, because between work and studying and other things, well, it's not easy. But I'm actually quite happy. I think at least we have some ideas. It's not as it was before, so we keep on going. And there's actually a sixth project that is basically a something that I've been thinking of for a long time, and I have some things for the costume. However,
I would also need fabric because I don't have any fabric for that costume. So it's just kind of in the back of my mind because it's one costume that has something in common with one of the five, which is that it is a cosplay, or what I like to call a sort of cosplay. The thing is, the neurodivergence in me doesn't allow me to admit that something is a cosplay. For me, by the way, I'm just referring to myself. Other people, great cosplay, great work, love it. For me, in my mind, because I don't have the fabrics and the materials that are right to do it right as it should, in my brain, nothing is ever a cosplay. Is it stupid? Yeah, but that's neurodivergence. And so the way in which I can do these things in my brain doesn't annoy me is by doing a inspired by costume slash almost cosplay. So one of the five, as well as that extra other one, are two characters from anime and a cartoon, which I mean you can call it also anime, but whatever. That I love. I think they're really cool. The style, great. And again, I think they're really interesting, but I don't want to do a cosplay. I don't want to control C, control B them. I want to make something particularly new. I want my recreation basically of an outfit that they would wear. That's kind of the thing, but of course, it requires time. I would say it's one of them that required, both of them, sorry, required a lot of technicalities because some of the design choices are things that I've never done before and that could go either really well or really wrong. So, yeah, it's kind of like that. Oh, it's basically like the Snow White costume, by the way. I'm not really, making something as in the picture. I'm inspired by it. It's basically that. And so yeah, those are two that kind of come and go. And so I'm trying to also say, okay, then I can focus on one of the other projects. But as with all of them, it takes time, it takes space mentally for me to do things, and it's not easy to find all the time. And so we'll see, but I'm actually quite okay with having at least an idea. Even though I'm sick, I'm still able to do a couple of things here and there, do some organization in areas in which I'm able to, even though the weather sucks. And yes, I'm probably gonna have even less time when I have to prepare for exams, but it's fine, it's fine. Just we still going, we're still trying, and we'll see what the rest of the month brings us. I bought some fabric and I've made some changes to the list of projects. Before you jump at me, hey, it's fine. Things change. We are allowed to change our minds. Now, the reasoning is actually one of the costumes that I was working on, one of the cosplays, I wasn't vibing with it. It was that sensation that I have had before of I'm not fully seeing it. There are things that are not really adding up, and because I don't have that feeling, I rather just don't do it because then I might end up doing something that I don't actually like, and I don't want that. I don't want to waste my time in that. Instead, I rather put that energy and time into something else. And so it also happened that the fabric that I got is perfect for the other cosplay. So the one that was kind of on the sidelines, well, that's going to get in and be part of the lineup, the official lineup, I guess, while the other one is going to go back to the behind the scenes. And so yeah, it's really interesting project. I haven't really been working on that actually because it wasn't on the proper list. So now I'm going to try to figure it out. I've been thinking about a couple of things, but I want to do some sketches. Now, for the other projects, now there's one of them that I start kind of working on, and I then kind of stopped for a second. I was like, do I really need to do all of this? Because my original idea it's basically a code that I want to change. And I was thinking about adding fabric like a lot, and then I stopped and I was like, is it really, really necessary? I mean, I could do some changes, but I don't have to do those changes. I could do something slightly different, but that also gives it the look that I want to give it. So I kind of stopped for a little bit and I'm going to think about it a little bit more, but I still think it's a really nice idea that I would like to work on. So it's on the list. Now there's a couple of others that, well, no, it's for all of them. I need the time to do it. I need a just a full day if possible, or just an afternoon in which I know I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to do anything else, and I can just get into a project and just work on it. Because I was thinking about last year and all of the projects that I did, and I was like, well, yeah, one of the reasons was that I had way more time. I had, and so it was easier for me to find that balance of working on these projects. And I just haven't found that yet, but I have the ideas, I want to do it. Just need to find these moments. And so, yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see with this lineup change. I'm actually quite excited because I think it could be so fun. And yes, I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved to have it as a Halloween costume, but I don't think there is a way in which that could happen. So instead, I'm just going to leave it for whenever it's possible. The other thing that happened is that besides the fabric for the cosplay, I also got another fabric that I've been looking for in a while. And it's not for something that was on my list. However, it's on the overall list, and it's really cool. So I'm thinking I might add it as sort of an extra thing, because why not? It's my list. I can do whatever I want. And I've been sketching a little bit. I've been trying to figure out. I got it today. I just got home. This is really recent, but it's also the end of the month. So I thought, hey, let's put everything together. Let's also share some of these things. And so I'm working on it. I'm very happy and excited. I also been trying to kind of, let's see, find also the aspects of these projects that I can do in the simpler steps. So yes, of course, I'm going to have to take a lot of time to do patterns and to understand the dynamics and to do a lot of the sketching and things like that. However, things like sketching or maybe some hand sewing or some detailing, I know I can do that in shorter things. So not all of it requires me a long period of time. And that's also what I'm trying to kind of remember whenever I get a bit overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these projects. Yeah, some of them, a lot of the bases, I need time, but then I can just go and work on it slowly but surely. So yeah, we keep on going. I hope your month went well. I hope you have fun, because that's the most important thing about this whole creating things. And yeah, let me know if you do were able to do something for this Halloween. If not, it's also fine. It's a made up thing, so you can actually make a custom for every day of the year. So yeah, let me know, and I hope not only October went well, but November, that is here, goes well. We'll see. We'll see.